Hello and welcome to another edition of At Home with Winning Appliances. I'm Chloe, the National Culinary Manager, and today I'm cooking in the V-ZUG kitchen. I'm going to cook for you one of my favourite special occasion cakes, which is my Persian Love Cake. I've got around 4 mandarins here, which I've been boiling for around an hour. Fill up a medium pot with cold water, pop in your mandarins, and cook at about medium to high heat. So they're soft and ready to go, and now we're going to blend them into a puree in the Vitamix blender. So a little tip for you, I got baker's hands, so maybe use tongs for this, is to actually take out the seeds, because that takes out a little bit of the bitterness as well. So pop them into the blender. There is a story that goes with this cake as well. And they say that the Persian Love Cake was actually made by a woman to try to woo a Persian prince. So they say there's something enchanting about this recipe. And pop this one in. All right, now let's blend this up into a puree. I'm gonna set it to about a medium speed and blitz it just until we get a nice smooth consistency. And go. That should about do it. I'm gonna just let it cool a little bit because if I do put it into my egg and sugar mixture, it will start to cook. So let's set that aside and let it cool a little. So now it's time to whip our sugar and eggs. So grab 3 room temperature eggs. So why do I say room temperature eggs? It's because it's easier for the yolk to incorporate into your batter and with the sugar. So if you haven't brought your eggs to room temperature, a really great way to do this is just to pop it into a bowl of warm water, not hot water, because if you do hot water, you'll start to cook them, but just warm water for 10 to 15 minutes. This will bring them up to temperature. So now I'm gonna add my sugar in, beautiful. And now we're going to whip them to ribbon stage. I will show you what that looks like. So light and fluffy. So use it on medium speed. So while that is going, I'm going to check that I have my oven preheated. So today I'm going to be using the combi steamer on the hot air humid function, which traps all the moisture inside, giving you a nice moist cake. But traditionally, I would cook this recipe on convectional heat on top and bottom element at 180 degrees. Let's take a look at how this is going. Beautiful, it's perfect. So let me show you. See how it slowly falls from the whisk? It's called ribboning, kind of looks like a ribbon. So that's good to go. So let's get our puree that's slightly cooled. And what we want to do, we want to slowly, oh, actually, let me get those mandarins out of the way so you can see what I'm doing here. And you don't need that. Wonderful, you can see that beautiful bright yellow color. Great, that'll do. What we want to do is add in our egg mixture into the puree. So what I usually do is add in 1/3 of the mixture just to lighten that up before I incorporate the rest. So I'm going to gently fold it just so it incorporates together. So now I'm going to add in the rest. So fold that together. That's looking pretty good now. So now I want to add in my dry ingredients. I've got my almond meal here, my baking powder, and some cardamom for a bit of spice. So add that in, and I'm going to fold them together. Great, so let's grab our baking tin. Flatten the top a little bit there, just smooth it out. Now it's time to pop it in the oven. Beautiful. So while that's cooking, let's prepare the icing. So we need 250 grams of cream cheese. Pop that in with the paddle attachment. We have 180 grams of pure icing sugar. Pop that in. And now I'm going to mix them with a little bit of rose water, just a dash because it is quite strong. And you don't have to put this in if you don't like rose flavour, but I love it. It takes me right back to the riads in Morocco. That's my rind of 1 mandarin. Let's blend that together. just on a low speed till it all starts to come together. Increase the speed a little. I think that looks good to me. So that's looking done. Perfect. Let's check on our cake. Okay. So now I'm going to let it cool just a little before I pop it onto a cooling rack. And we don't want to ice it while it's hot because the cream cheese mixture will run directly off. So let's let this cool. So now it's cooled and it's ready to go. So let's move it to our cake stand. And now's the fun part. We get to decorate it. So I've got my icing here. Looks good. It's got that beautiful little speckle from the Mandarin rind. I'll place that on top. We just want to spread it out. Now you can decorate this as you wish. I'm going to use today some cranberries, pistachios, dried figs, and some dried rose petals. But feel free to add on whatever you like here. This is the creative and fun part. You get to make it look however you like. Beautiful. So let's top it now with some cranberries. Gives a nice chew to the cake. And then we have some dried figs here. Can put fresh figs as well. I've got fresh figs there as well. And let's add on some beautiful pistachios. I love this cake too because it's gluten-free. So going up with quite a few celiacs in the family, this one is definitely a hit. And some rose petals, because ain't they pretty? Gorgeous. And there you have it, all done. Just time for you to sit back, have a cup of tea and enjoy. Thank you for joining me in the kitchen today. We hope to see you soon, but remember to follow us on Instagram or jump onto our website for more recipes like this. Take care.